Hello everyone, we're back with a second episode on this deck, slightly adjusted with an additional CV, some changed man pets and Highlanders, changed one of the Rapier FSAs to the base Rapier, downward at the CAH9Hopm, and I think that's all we did, if I remember correctly. So yeah, if you want to see me go further into the deck, then watch the previous episode. And I'll see you in just a sec, once we've won a game. And here we are, after only about 10 minutes of waiting in total, although I did reset the search a couple of times. In any case, we got Punch Bowl against CAH9Hopm. No clue what that stands for, but we'll see. And let's see. I would say we got a rather good map. We can try to bunker up here in Delta. And probably, I think I was talking about this in the last game as well, right? Where we go for the town and then just bunker up here. If we go for, although I guess we could, you know what? Let's go for this. Maybe we can do some nice ADATS strategies. Since we have 6 CVs, I don't feel pressured into starting with a 2-point CV right away. I will, however, again try to get a Chinook around. Someone was making fun, or not making fun, but mentioning my pronunciation. Do I say, I honestly don't know. Do I say Stolly or do I say Stolly? I guess maybe I just say Stolly without even realizing it. Someone please. I mean, now I'm obviously doing it on purpose, but I have no clue if I said Stolly or say Stolly all the time without even realizing it. Usually I'm automatically, quote unquote, turning words into what they would sound like in English, like, you know, the German leopard. And German is obviously not leopard, it's leopard. And still I say leopard, even though even leopard would technically make more sense. But I don't know, some things I just, I don't know. Stolly, no clue. Anyway, let's get like some Vickers. And for town fights, I think commandos will probably just do best, because then they can also deal with some IVs. But for 5 points, might also get elite squads, although they don't have elite MGs, because Eugen forgot about them. I'll try to land some Highlanders in the town here as well. Get some Stollies with RBS. Just one fusee squad for this little town for now. Maybe a bit too expensive for the ride. I like some Rardens and the commando squad, and like get one Raden for the flank. This has poor optics, okay. I wasn't expecting medium, but I was just hoping that it doesn't have bad optics, which is worse than poor. We have an ADATS, we have some infantry, but certainly not enough. Whereas the Highlanders are also just not too efficient at fighting infantry. Just get more ass lefts. I think I will start with an M108. Let's just put it right to the fob this time. Let's get, actually we have 80 gems in form of the ADATs. We could start with 2 ADATs, but I think that's a bit risky. Let's get like a Mexus, I guess. Then just get some Raden spam, because why not? Or should I get one of you for optics? Actually, let's just get just you for optics, or like for suicide scouting. And let's do this. Chinook, you're gonna try to unload there. Try to unload there, Vickers, you drive down there, you drive down there. You can all drive in this direction. I just don't want them to drive down this road and then down there, because it's right into the enemy's line of sight. ADATS, you're gonna drive here for now. Mexus there. Let's wait a bit for you. I don't want you to expose yourself too early. I forgot about you, I had you for smoke, but I guess I can just... This is Nachbaron, so this is Israel. It's AA, BTR. I'll probably, yeah, now give the reverse order. Just so that I don't get... Okay, that's a strong push over here. Let's get some... You going... let's move the Vickers down there. Oh, I think I might have killed the Maglans in there as well. Because they instantly went to elite. Although I guess they already are veterans, so never mind, what I'm talking is irrelevant. It's just Zelda or other 5-pointer. You're a bit dangerous actually. That's a Maglan, of course, firing. This, oh, what can you do? You can fire at a Nagmaron. Pow. Okay. Running down there. He's very slow at his push, which is good. Gives me time. Unload you, don't want to get wrecked. Oof, I got pretty lucky here. I wouldn't say lucky, but he just didn't seem to notice that. That's a Kurnas. No hit. Okay, Kurnas just went completely off. I'm a bit too slow with that. Let's see, maybe we can get some stollies in there. Those are his Magachs, sorry. Let's just fire in there. Just out of range. Is that a rear shot? No, I mean, probably would have been side shot, but I missed. What's this? Zephyr. Cheeky. What is my CV? That's irrelevant for now, as long as I can kill it, Zephyr. Let's get some base defense. Don't forget, he still has his burners. Also get some base defense in this area. Leave the links there for base defense for now. Vickers is still out there in the open, which is far from ideal, of course. Just motorized there, so that means that we should be able to get there without any noticeable issues. Let's get a supply truck. Goes there and you in there. None on veteran, so it came with Maglan. Some review there, let's get a man put there. We can focus on keeping this. I want you to be closer in the forest so that fire support can't shoot at you from the outside. It looks like he retreated or maneuvered his... Oh yes, a stinger in there. Or maneuvered his Magachs around. You're not engaging. Oh, you are now. We're gonna engage with this one. So unless he micros them, he will not engage the 1 HP Highlanders with this Givati. 1 HP Highlanders are still gonna have some respectable DPS compared to 10 HP Highlanders. See if we can help you. We definitely, if basically outside of those Highlanders, nothing's really stopping anything from moving into our spawn, so we should be careful.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
Move into this bush, gives you a bit more coverage.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Yes, you can see that 1 HP squad is still firing and they're both shooting at the high HP. Well, now, not anymore, I guess. Chinook, honestly, that's just. Fuck it, let's attack, move into the spawn. Okay, okay. Let's retreat you because I want to just sit there in the open, of course.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his
This is looking good. There's his fob. So. Okay, let's see if we can do some nasty stuff with our ADATs, maybe. Siphon. It's a blazer? A blazer? It is a blazer. And honestly, just focus on getting into Delta. Sure, go for it. Actually, I think miniguns can't really shoot at the fob for some reason. I don't know why it doesn't work. Pow. Let's just fly you away. Probably infantry CV in this town if I had to guess. I fly away. I like that this is the road that the Stolly took. Let's get some tonks. Okay, defensive blazer here means that he probably has nothing left there. And put it there to stop anything that could potentially go there. Sherman's Maglans obviously hit. You know what, let's reroute those. Let's reroute those Maxuses, because I think he might actually try to go for my spawn here. Also got like links here. So have some. So that was probably one of his Magas, yeah. We'll just move with you around there. I don't remember, where are the migrants shooting from here? I actually don't remember. This is Magach, this is BTR. Yeah, let's fill this forest with some more stuff. Ooh. I think the town will block me, probably. I don't think the missile is fast enough yet. Let's reverse before you are in gun range. Ooh, hold up, he's reversing.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. What are your orders, sir?
Let's just fire in there. Hell yeah, ADATs. Hell yeah. We can't two-shot him? Ah yeah, 18 front armor. Oh, still kill him. This ADAT's a lot more consistent than the previous one. What's this? Bedouin? No, not Bedouin. Bedouin are 5 HP. Those are Shermans. Actually, oh. Oh yeah, he's definitely trying to push here, huh? Like a toe too. There. I guess let's get another recon because that one might just die. Bro. Was that a possible infantry CV? Oh, that's very risky. Oh, I guess we'll know in just a second if this gets a lot of veterancy. Helicopters. Yep. I'm pretty sure there was an infantry CV. Get some supply. That's is very supply hungry. Let's retreat you. We don't want to get side shot by those. I guess I don't mind you sitting out in the open. It's not too big of an issue. Let's get some more. You know what? Let's get a CV. But let's not forget it still has an ADATS. And you know what? Let's move you up there. Let's turn your weapons off this time. I think it's the first time that someone basically told me in any way that they knew who they're playing against. Oof. That Magach, that 90, it's such a good tank. Such a good tank. Oh, I'm actually stupid. If I could save one of them, it'd be great, but I think... Oh, he missed. Lucky. That was just reckless of me with my supply there. Okay. Let's get you a bit further to the edge. Stop. I like how they can't fire at each other. Fun fact, if you're... You know, if my Aslef had one armor around, he would of course be able to fire with the MGs at me. But as long as you have two front armor, the MGs won't be able to fire at you, even if I'm showing side or rear. I don't know why it is that way, but for some reason it is. Oh, there's a Kurnas. Oh, he Let's put you into this forest. It's a bit more scary since you can just sneak around there, but at the same time it's not as obvious. Sometimes risks like that can pay off, of course, sometimes they can't. And then, I mean, we could just play defensively, but I think that would be boring, so I think we're gonna start preparing for a push on Echo. Let's get another Aslef Turtle. Let's get a lot of cheap infantry. A bit close there. Load you back into the Saxons. Now you should try to keep those alive, so we can use them for our push. You just keep firing in there. You at least dealt some sort of damage if you actually kill something or not. I mean, you might as well do something with our fob, right? And then, whoops, and then... Let's also get like 2 Aslefs here, and then we're gonna drive down there into the town and hope we don't get absolutely wrecked by anything firing into the side of those transports. You killed something, and that something was just a Zelda, or... yeah, Zelda. I'll retreat because of basically no ammo left. You know what, let's drive you up there. Put a new CV there. Is he? Oh no, he's not. For a second I thought he was firing position my ass left, and I would have thought that would have been hilarious actually. Alright, now see if you can retreat successfully. And let's move up those Fusiliers. Keep the Leopard there for defensive purposes for now. Get another Maxus. I should just go for the town in the meantime.
Agrees up. Fire.
1 HP Givati. There's the Magach. This is where you definitely want tanks instead of Totus, because now I can only fire when the tank is also in range, basically. I can't even spot you anymore. Oh no, now I'm gonna get killed because... Yep. But I have a 2 salvo. Missile salvo, but yeah, that's why. This is the big issue of HM carriers. They certainly have the rules and they're far from useless, but they're just more niche than tanks are. Because with tanks, if you're fighting on the open and you don't have enough range, that you can make up by creating smoke. But you can't like open up cover, right? You can create cover, but you can't delete it. So that's why tanks are just so much more versatile. But at the same time, like I said, it doesn't mean that ATGM carriers are useless, but they certainly are not as powerful as they arguably should be, you know, but that's also depends on how you view things. Make sure we don't get side shot here. Let's wait and let these drive first because they're empty and I don't need them anymore. He retreated with the Magach, there it is. What happened to he had 2. What happened to the second one? Did we kill one of them? There's the Archcore, so maybe just some infantry. This is such a good tank, man. The only reason why it's not really oppressive is because it's only available in Israel. That's where Maglans are. They should be able to fire at me, but it... Oh. Maybe they were because I'm down to half HP. I thought they were firing at the transport. It's a Markava. I'm giving them shift commands, like right click on the Magach and then shift right click on the Merkava, meaning that as soon as they lose line of sight on the Magach, they will just attack the Merkava instead. And I did this a reverse aura with the first KO. And that way, they, you know, if I only right click on the Magach, then it would just circle around as soon as and fire the first available target as soon as the Magach is either dead or there's no line of sight anymore. And instead of doing that, they will then try to go for the Merkava instead. Of course, if there's no line of sight anymore, both are dead or you have no line of sight anymore, then it will still just circle, but the chance that both quote-unquote disappear is obviously fairly low. No, 14 front armor. It's 21 AP. As a rule of thumb, for heat, or I don't know if it's, and I guess kinetic as well. Yeah, kinetic as well. A 7 AP difference will, in terms of AP and between AP and armor, means that you will just need 3 shots, meaning that it's just not enough to 2-shot them. You need 8 AP difference. Which is probably the easier way to say is that you need an 8 AP difference to 2-shot. But you get the gist. But that's also why 14 front armor is actually quite a good threshold. Oh, that's not so good. Yeah, spikes being obviously so prevalent, especially with Baltic Front. I lost some axes here. A long time ago, apparently. With spikes being so prevalent, as well as Chumat, that all have 21 AP. Having access to a tank that has 14 front armor instead of, let's say, 13 is nice. Alright, I definitely need some assistance on that side here. I have a links to defend, but I should definitely reinforce that.
If the enemy's in range, so are
I definitely played quite recklessly and no recon here at all, and I got punished for that with all the spikes shooting at me.
What is it you want now?
I lost my ADAS as well there like an idiot because I was too focused on here and didn't see what's happening on the other side. So clever, Mirage. Yeah, I don't think we killed his. I did that up, so maybe the ADAS finished it. But we obviously can't check because the ADAS is dead. There's still the Magach here. And the Achzarit, I should say. Maybe I can. Without getting spotted. I'm not spotted. There we go. That's a Magach. 2 Magachs.
The sky is ours. The sky is ours.
Those are Bedouin or Messiah, I think. He didn't drop the bomb with the Kurnas, which is good. He could have actually just absolutely demolished my Mexasis. I did lose my 1 KU. Sorry for the long pause. Brain fart. I don't want to move the Maxos up because there's still a Magnum there.
What are your orders, sir? We'll get a better look from there.
Let's get like a TOW2 up there, and then maybe I could get some missile action done.
Someone need a guardian angel?
This H7 destroyed. Furnace, I assume. Oh, last line of sight. Screw you, BTR. Oh, detract. It's unfortunate.
Platoon is formed and ready. Just spit it out.
Let's retreat to. You know what? Let's get a Lynx 3 going. Let's smoke this off.
Engaging target. Got something for me?
7 more seconds detract. Ah! Look at this! Ah! Right! Into the side! No! I killed 1 Magach actually. There's a new Barkan. Please don't bark at me. Ah! Oh, there's the Machbet, it's moving up. I don't have seed. I have F111 though. I have nothing protecting my. I guess I have the Maxes protecting my spawn. Okay, let's please keep smoking that so my infantry can move in. And let's bomb this. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo.
On my way to coordinates. Out.
Pathfinders spotting.
I need that payload to check.
Lynx 3 is not useless, Pog.
On my way to coordinates. Out.
Sorry for just saying that.
At the ready.
Can you go for this, please? Very nice. Thank you very much.
At the ready, sir.
You in there, unload you. You into this town. You get back and resupply. Kurnas again. Going for my town. Please get into the building. Ah, this one, please. It's better than nothing. I just died. It's Macklin.
What are your orders, sir?
Just hope they survive that. Not bad. Please
Got something for me?
survive and don't survive. Die. Oh, you're gonna die, Highlanders. You're gonna die. You're not gonna win against that. That's CV. It's the other Kernus. Bruh. And it's just won't die. Granted, I don't really have a lot of A there, but...
Sky is ours.
Oh, you're right, I have RBS there. I don't even need the Mirage.
It's not my will.
I killed something there? Possibly. A...
Are you talking to me?
A... God, what's up today? A Dorban LR, i.e. Spike.
Yes, sir.
That's a Tyrann? Hold up, am I playing against... No, I'm not. I'm playing against Unspec. Macklin are not in Mac. Let's get our elite
Sky is ours.
troop of ASFs circling and protecting
Where do you need us, sir?
our airspace.
Artillery adds a little class to what would otherwise be an ugly fight. Who's a passenger?
Siphon? He's died. That's what the voodoos are made for. Oh my god, I forgot I attack moved me up. Oh, you're dead.
Check is completed, ready to go.
Voodoo is... I was gonna say OP, but never mind.
Where do you need us, sir?
Shit, now I have nothing. Killing the Zephyr outside of the infantry. If he gets too close, if he doesn't realize that it's there and goes like too close to the commandos will do a solid job. That Zephyr, which is Cobra, has no armor after all.
If the enemy is in range, so are
And armor only really helps against small arms, i.e. infantry weapons, as well as 50 cals. Basically any weapon that doesn't have the AoE tag.
It always comes down
I'm not sure about the KPVT. If it helps against that as well, I forgot. I asked about it before. Let's go, Voodoo! Oh, I think you're gonna be slow, Voodoo. You're probably dead.
I Wargame.
That's another Garrus. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. I mean, you stunned it. I guess that's good enough.
Just waiting for a time. And then
You failed. Well, I mean, kind of. You didn't kill it, but you stunned it. You stopped the strike. I guess that's not really a fail.
it always comes down to the
I'm still proud of you, Voodoo.
on my
Or
way.
Voodoos.
Out.
Plural after all. Oh, that's a tonk.
Moving up.
Laser, I forgot. We spotted that. This is surrender. This is surrender. GG. It was kind of close at the end, but then again, even if we would have lost control, he would have had to make up a big conquest points lead. But we were, I think it was clear that we were losing steam, kind of. Lots of Irish Germans. Lots of Nagmarons. That's an interesting combination. It's Nagmaron with Rovide, right? Not something you see very often. Certainly, though, if you need better meat shields and don't care about... Let's see, for like the price of 2 Nagmarons, that's 40 points. Okay, let's put it that way. For 3 Nagmaron squads with Rovite, you can also insert into 4 Zeldas. What is better, right? Assuming that each infantry squad is, let's say, 3 shots against 4 each tanks. And the Zelda is, let's say, a 1-shot because it closer anything but maximum range, and M84 able 1-shot them. Meaning that for 15 points, the enemy needs 4 shots to kill you. So at 4 squads at 60 points, it would be 16 shots. For Nagmarons, they're probably gonna need 2 shots. Plus the 3 shots of infantry squads is 3 times 5, it's 15 shots. So in that specific scenario, it would actually still be worse, but I don't know. But I think I think it was a decent showcase of like, and this goes for most motorized decks, but like you get the early push, you get the early control, you get the early conquest points lead, and then over the course of the game, the opponent will very often, a lot also depends on what deck they're playing, but have an easier time, or relatively, I wouldn't say easy time, but they're slowly coming back and like kind of catching up. But your job is to basically not allow them to catch up fast enough, like here, right? If it was like up to 1,000 conquest points, just in a hypothetical scenario, and say 60-minute game or something, there's a good chance I would have lost, right? The left wasn't looking particularly good. He still had both corners, and I think my push on the right probably again in the long run would have been pushed out. But that's what you calculate for, right? I could have, instead of pushing right, the probably best choice would have been to bunker down left, put his V down in mid. But I didn't for entertainment purposes, and of course I did some misplays, etc., etc. No, but yeah, still though, not having any gem infantry, especially in mid, wasn't really an issue because the ADATs dealt with the Merkava. Also, it didn't indeed kill a CV. But of course, in other games, especially if the enemy doesn't back down out of mid so easily, a big issue. Of course, my only long range AT, also long range in terms of 10-man squads, AT meaning the Highlanders 9, you only bring in Heloborn CVs. A Heloborn infantry transport isn't that great. And of course, not having access to like cheap 5-point boxes spam with line infantry makes pushing back into forests a lot harder. Pushing into forests is really something that most moto decks aren't really good at, because you want cheap spam, you want these medium heavy tanks like 84As, Wilkes, K1s, etc. that you don't get. That's what you want, and like usually heavy artillery, which some motorized tanks get, some others don't. The F111C, of course, here would be a nice substitution for that, but planes are just usually not as consistent, and you get fewer of them. And if you lose them, then you're screwed, etc., etc. Yep, using the kernels more aggressive, I think definitely would have been the right call. Maybe I just didn't pay attention, but it felt like he wasn't using them very often and too conservative. Especially if I think he only used it. He wanted to use it once on a push on the right and then evac. Had he used it more aggressively there, could have turned out different. Probably still would have lost, but not in such a manner. In any case, let's just take a last look at the deck before we say our final goodbyes. Just kidding. Of course, Commonwealth Motorized, one of the worst motorized decks, because the big thing is, of course, I mean, the infantry isn't bad. Commandos 90 are great. They have great motorized transports. What is lacking? basically anything else. Every other squad is just, yeah. You get Lynx H7s, you know, you get Milan 1 spam, but you don't get any high-end ATGM or like really good ATGM. Milan 1s and 2s are fine, but you don't get like Spike, you don't get RBS 56, nothing along those lines, which you kind of need, at least in a motorized deck. Your elite infantry is usable, but usually it's really nice to have like a really good one, even if it's an expensive helicopter, but a really good one available is unfortunate. SAS are of course good, but infantry tab, while it's good, it's certainly nothing really to write home about. And the other issue is just you don't really get any transports that benefit from it either. You don't get BTR 80As, you don't get BTR 90s, not even BTR 80. Even BTR 80s are actually kind of good on elite. They're nothing to be underestimated. You don't get KTs, you don't get WC 551s, not even Fuchs Milans. So that's one thing that, you know, it's not just about the infantry veterancy, but also the transports, right? And on Asla Saxons, like, don't get me wrong, they can murder infantry and such if they once they get like panic them and such, but it's nothing comparable to like a autocannon. Same with the helicopters, you don't get Heinz or something like that. You get Lynxes, but they don't benefit a whole lot from veterancy. And then other than that, you just don't really have to wield assets either. You have the Wickers, you have the Wolverine, but they're just like they're like second choice in those terms, right? The Vickers isn't an AMX10. Your transports aren't KTs or WCs. Your Wolverine isn't an I-90 or Crotan, right? Everything seems like it's just like second choice. And when you're specializing in these categories, then you don't want second choice. You want to top tier stuff, but you just don't get it. And that thing just goes for the whole recon tab. And the recon tab is not just that the supporting assets lag or that the transports lag, it's just that everything lags here. There's nothing outstanding in this tab. Nothing. Maybe the Recce, but that's just more in terms of how unique they are coupled with the Sankei, but it doesn't mean that they're particularly great. They're very niche and they're good at niche, but that's about it. And again, virtually nothing from being in Moto as well. Again, except for Recce, but again, they're niche, let's just ignore them. Except for them, your whole infantry is just average at best. SPS are okay. They have an SMG, which isn't too bad on elite. They have horrible MG. They have an average AT weapon. The only AT weapon in Recon tab, by the way, that has more than 13 AP. Yeah, 13 AP. Again, you again don't have any great transport options. Lynx is good, but again, it doesn't benefit from the veterancy. And then you have like twice virtually the same infantry squad, just with like different primary and tertiary, but nothing to write home about. Pathfinders that would be at least great for like town grinding if they had an elite MG. And SAS are just worse SPS. You have probably the worst shock recon squad. You have just your default regular squads. Your helicopters are average. Your transport. Oh, look at how many vehicles we get, and look at how awful they all are. The Ferret would be good if it wasn't so inconsistent. The Aslav, okay, the Aslav is good, but again, nothing above average. It is nice to have, but nothing that defines your tab. Nothing that is actually, once again, benefiting from you getting veterancy, etc., etc. You get the same helo twice, and okay, helo, you get. It's just so much useless clutter in here. Same with the vehicle type, really. Although I guess, in all fairness, it probably has more nice options than many other motorized decks. But then again, there are the types of stuff like this, for example, or the Striker, which other tabs get in the Recon tab, in forms of MX10 and Bradleys. Again, helicopters the same thing, and planes. Planes are probably among the planes and tanks are really great, but that's about it. You have some great AA options, but nothing in terms of wheels. But that's enough ranting. I think most people realize that Commonwealth is just very, very subpar and just very awkward. It's fine and all, mostly in larger team games. Maybe even 2v2s, depends on the map. But outside of that, it's just so just awkward. It's just, and if you had to describe Commonwealth in one word, it would be awkward. In any case, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully see you next time.